king forced his daughter to marry a pig and made her live a miserable life, just like a pig. The king actually had 3 beautiful daughters. One day, as he was preparing to go to the market, he asked them what gifts they would like. The eldest daughter wanted a golden dress, the second wanted a silver dress, and the youngest said, "I want a talking grape, a smiling apple, and a peach that chimes like a bell." These were impossible to find at the market, but the king loved her dearly and promised he would try his best to get them. At the market, he bought the dresses for his eldest and second daughters, but no matter how many merchants he asked, he couldn't find the gifts his youngest daughter wanted. Just as he was starting to worry, the wheel of his carriage fell into a deep pit and got stuck. Villagers nearby came to help, but no one could pull it out. Then a white pig appeared and said, "I can help, but I want to marry your youngest princess." Without thinking too much, the king agreed. The white pig pushed the wheel with its snout, gave it a strong shove, and the wheel finally came free. Not only that, the carriage even flew back straight to the palace. The king gave the dresses to his eldest and second daughters, and sadly told his youngest that he hadn't been able to find her gifts. Just then, there was a loud noise outside the palace. The white pig had come to take the princess away. The king refused to give up his daughter, so he had a maid dress in the princess's clothes to trick the pig, but the white pig recognized immediately that it wasn't the princess. The king began to regret his decision. When the youngest princess learned what had happened, she cried bitterly. The king then had her wear ragged clothes and sent her out, hoping the pig would change its mind. But when the white pig saw the real princess, it was overjoyed. It carried her onto the little carriage and took her home. Though the princess cried the entire way, the white pig brought her to its home, a filthy pigsty, and said, "From now on, this is your home." Hearing this, the princess became even more heartbroken. The pig gave her some corn to eat. She managed to eat it, then cried herself to sleep. The next morning, the princess woke up to find herself lying on a silk bed. She couldn't believe her eyes. The dirty pigsty had turned into a magnificent palace. Servants came in to help her get ready, and soon she was transformed from her tattered clothes into a true princess. In the banquet hall, a handsome young man was waiting for her. He said, "All of this is yours. Anything you want, I can give you." The princess asked in surprise, "Who are you?" The young man didn't answer, but instead led her to the garden, where he showed her the talking grape, the smiling apple, and the peach that chimed like a bell. The young man explained that he had once been a king, but a witch had turned him into a pig. The witch had said that if he could find a talking grape, a smiling apple, and a chiming peach, the spell would be broken. In the end, the curse was lifted, and he and the youngest princess had a grand wedding, living happily ever after.